Good morning, friends. Welcome back to another day of Dephemerember. Dephemerember. I think I said that right. So grab yourself a snack, whatever you like to eat and drink, or some coffee and tea. I'm just having a little snack of honey, vanilla, Greek yogurt, and some blueberries. Oh, what's that, Ephie? What? You don't like blueberries? Have you ever tried a blueberry? No? Oh, you're gonna try one. They kind of taste weird. I don't know. I loved them since the very first time I tried them. Anyway, Ephie, I can go make you something else. No, you already ate? What did you have for breakfast? You had cheese? I was wondering where all my cheese was going to. I thought maybe you had fed them to the puppies. No? Well, that's good. You do know we need to get ready for a prompt called Forgotten Snacks or something like that. Let's look at it. That's not the prompt today, by the way. Let's see. Yeah, that's next week's Forgotten Snacks. We gotta remember to get a snack or something. All right. What's today's prompt? Recycled fairy? What? Yeah, you're kind of a fairy creature too. You got wings. You don't want to do a recycled fairy? Why not? Because you want to be the only fairy in this family? All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, I kind of had an idea you might say that. So let's put our prompt back. You have a seat over here. And let's tell these folks what we're going to do, or what I've decided to do. So I'm really not a big fan of fairies. I know a lot of people love them and such, but I found this image on Pinterest. I don't claim it as mine. I'm going to use it just for my own personal journal. I love older people. I've loved them since I was younger. I grew up in a neighborhood with a lot of older people and not very many kids. So I kind of hung out with older people and have grown to love them very much. So I thought instead of doing recycled fairy, we could honor the older people of our generation, because I think it's so important, because I think they are forgotten. They are the forgotten generation most times, and I feel like we can learn so much from our elders. And so this is an ode to the older people. And I guess that will be a definition of what you guys define as old. I find beauty in the old. And so today, that is what we're going to do. I'm going to attempt to make a pocket and like a little card, because I was trying to figure out what other ephemera I hadn't made. I know there's lots of ephemera out there, but I really wanted to use this image. And I was into my scraps, and since it's winter, we'll use this as kind of the card, or the journaling card. I'm going to back it up with some tea-dyed paper. Also, I have these butterfly wings that I got, and I've shown this in another video. It's actually an old Tim Holtz Ideology grunge board, and I use these for patterns. So this is part of the grunge board. and for the sake of the video, I went and got a doily, and I thought these would be very delicate and symbolic of the wise nature of our elders. So I went ahead and traced them, cut them out using this as a template, so I'll put that away. I've been holding on to this image for a while. It was just a printout of a black and white flower grouping, and I just colored it with some colored pencil. I did that a while ago, and just recycling, you know, put this on top, make it a pocket here. Whew. Speaking of older people, I'm having a hot flash, so I need to take off one of my layers. Woo. Any of you guys? And that's another thing. Sometimes we don't talk about the aging process, and it's comforting to know when you can talk to others about it. So I'm just letting you know I'm having a major hot flash, and I had to peel off some layers. Whew. All right, let's get to it. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside so I don't misplace them. I got my two wings, and I have my pocket, my journaling card. I was going to do something. This is the paper that I had cut out that image on. Let's make sure you are in view. I'm going to zoom you guys in. There we go. So what I thought I'd do is use the rest of this doily and just kind of stamp on it. Let's take a look at the colors here. Yeah, I think vintage photo will work well. So I think I'm just going to use one of these do for things. And we'll just make a slight pattern on the back to kind of bring out the lace, or the doily pattern on the back of the page a little bit. I guess kind of grunge it up. I'm not sure. I'm doing it. I thought it was a great idea. So let's see how it works. Not too bad. I know the pocket's going to be here in the card, so maybe we should just accentuate the edges a little bit here. Okay, do a little bit more in this corner. Okay, that will be the first thing. This is the pocket. Whoop. So let's go ahead and grunge this part up a little bit. Okay, so we can kind of try this on and see what we think. I realized on yesterday's I didn't grunge the edges, and when I was taking the pictures I was like, darn it. It's one of the things I forget to do sometimes. I guess if you like that look, obviously that's what you would do, and I do like that look. We could bring it up a little bit, but I think I'm going to use all of the pocket space that we can have on here. I think I'm going to darken this up a little bit more on the bottom. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me today. I am so glad you're here. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. If you're new to my channel, my name is Keturah. I'm an artist and exploring the world of junk journaling and mixed media art right at the moment. So yeah, that's pretty much my channel. A few changes coming for the new year, and I'll talk about that more on my channel. I just really want to enjoy and not let December to fly by thinking about it too much, but yes, obviously you have to plan. Okay, so there's that for the pocket, and then I wanted to put this on the front. It does blend in quite a bit, but we'll just go ahead and see if we can't. I don't know if this is going to work really, but we'll try it. I think I'm probably just going to go ahead and glue this down and then probably go around it a little bit. But I realize some of it's going to get cut off. But I think you like it like that. I think that'll work. So let's get art out using the rubber band so I don't lose my plug pin, stopper pin thing. Oops, kind of didn't need to go over there. We'll just do this side. Looks good. I like it. Let's be diligent and put the pin back in. Okay, now let's cut this side off here. And I'm going to go ahead I'm pretty satisfied with the way this is. So I'm gonna go ahead and commit and put this in our journal, the pocket. I was thinking of some other ephemera I could make. I haven't made a hidden paper clip. I actually have some that I've made that maybe we should try. What else? Paper clips, dangles, pockets, tags. I can't think of anything else. Maybe you can leave me something in the comments of something you might like to see. Let's just leave that to dry before I fiddle with it, but let's use our card. And if it sticks up a little bit, yep, I think that'll work. You may have to come over here because she's gonna have some wings that's gonna stick out here, which is fine. So let's back the journal card on our paper so that can be drying while we work on the fairy, on the wings. See what side. I kind of like this, so I'm going to use just regular school glue for this. Trying to save my glitter glue for, I don't know if it really matters. I guess it will, archivally speaking. You want to make sure you have proper glue for things you're going to sell. But for my journal, I'm actually okay if some things fall apart. That's the kind of magic of a journal that's loved and worked in and artfully done. So I'm going to let that dry. All right, so my thoughts were for the wings. Tea bags, that's one of my favorite substrates to use besides tissue paper. I thought I put this in here, but I guess I didn't. Okay. So what I wanted to do, so that you can see this better, I'll turn this over. Can you see it? Yep, we're still in shot. Okay, so I wanted to Mod Podge the tea bag over the doily. But let's just make sure we have the right sides, because we don't want to do it on the wrong side. Is that right? That looks about right. Okay, so I'm going to take this off and put this down so I don't get confused on what I'm doing here. There. So that is going to be this. I have some watered down Elmer's glue. Hey, Etsy, how's it going? Oh, you love the tea bag over the doily idea? Thank you, Ephie. Yay, I appreciate that. Appreciate that feedback. That's awesome. Okay, so I just, obviously you guys may know this, to water down some Elmer's glue. So I thought I would just, ooh, that's gonna go on to my paper now that thinking about this. Hold on, I do my, yep, I have some of this paper. Shouldn't stick too much. There we go, phew. All right, so let's put some on the back. Oops. Okay. I think I just realized my mistake. Did you guys catch it? Yep. Let's put it under. Because I'm going to get the directions wrong, and then one of them is not going to have a tea bag, and it's going to be facing the wrong direction, right? Yes. Okay. You know, these things can get kind of complicated, especially if you're using your last tea bag and you do it wrong, or your last of whatever you're working with, and that's happened to me plenty of times. So I've learned to slow down a little bit. I get excited and when I'm creating some stuff. Okay. I'm gonna lift this up and see if that worked. It did, maybe. right. Sit down here and, oh, I still need it. I still need this, don't I, guys? Okay. Let this, probably need to flatten this, move this up a little. I see a little wrinkle in it. Nope, we're gonna leave it. Okay. I'll do another layer and let that dry. Over here. Okay. So now we have this, excuse me, sorry, this lovely lady here. I think I don't want to do anything obviously to the image. I want to just slightly darken the edges so we can distinguish it. But then it's a collage, so sometimes, have you noticed when you do collage, you want your edges torn so that if you paint over it, it blends in better with your collage piece. I think this is dry enough to cut around to start working on it. Make sure this is closed. Okay, scissors. I know I had them out. There we go. All right. I think I will definitely round the edges. And I do like a torn edge, but I'm going to keep it crisp on this one, I think. Use my little, make sure this is as flat as we can get it. Okay. Clean up the edges a little bit. On the corner rounder thingy. Have you noticed on your corner rounders, if your corners are a little off, then your card or whatever is off? Does that make sense? Well, it makes sense to me. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's the journal on the back of the card. Okay, here we go. So there's our lovely lady. And I don't know, I think the wings I should probably heat tool this dry so we can work on it because it's going to take a minute. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the heat tool and get these dried so that we can cut them out and put them on her. Shall we see what it's going to look like in our journal here? We're in shot. Okay. Oh, it's going to be cool. I'm going to love it. Love it, love it, love it. I did cut out the middle part of the doily. What did I do with it? Don't know what I did with it now. It was the circle part. I had it cut out because I thought maybe I was going to put her behind here, but then, you know, I'm kind of going against what I say is ruining a perfect background, but you know what? Let's get the wings on there and see what we can do to make her pop a little. Might use some paint or something. So I'm going to go ahead and heat tool these dry. Hopefully it works, and I'll be right back with you, lovelies. All right. I am very thankful for heat tools because I think this would have taken quite a while to dry. Anyhow, back in the day, I don't know that we really had any heat tools like in my 20s when I was doing art. half the time we'd have to plan ahead and let things dry and work on something else. So I think this is really pretty like this too. Or let's cut it out and bring Ephie in. And I know I have some paint marks and stuff. Let's see what we like better. We like it, you know, with her this way, or this way. Not sure. I like them both. And me and Ephie finished up our snack. He decided he really liked the yogurt more than he liked the blueberries, which is understandable. Some people, you know, I know quite a few people that don't really care for blueberries, but he loved that yogurt. And I'm like, yeah, it's good. My favorite Greek yogurt, oh, I love plain Greek yogurt. I don't mind the sourness of it, but my favorite is the lemon Greek yogurt for some reason. But this time around they didn't have any lemon, but the honey vanilla is pretty good. It's a little too sweet for my taste, but it's still pretty good. I remember back in the day, my mom made her own yogurt. She had one of those yogurt machines in the 80s. It was pretty good. My mom made a lot of good food when I was growing up. Okay. Trying to hurry up here and have some conversation while I fussy cut this out. Okay, there's the one. Okay, I'll tell you a funny story. I don't know why. I mean, I still remember this plain as day. So remember when I said I lived in a neighborhood with older people, and I think there were maybe a few kids around, but not too many. And being an only child, pretty much, my brother was born when I was 12, but so before then, I was kind of left to my own devices. And the 80s, being a latchkey kid, if you know, you know, you kind of just entertain yourself half the time. But anyway, I don't think it was one day I got so bored, I just went around and knocked on the doors of my neighbors. And they were all older, like grandma, grandpa, older. And I'd be like, hi, how are you? I'm Keturah, I live next door. Can I just come in and visit? Can't even imagine doing this now as an adult, but so I had neighbors I would go around and just sit and chat with them, and they always had cookies. And so yeah, those are my friends. I loved it. Okay, folks, so let's put this up here closer to see. I don't know. I kind of like switch it around. Okay, so we have this with the white showing, which brings out the white in her scarf or head gear, or I know it's backwards. And that's kind of subtle against our journal card, or I know it's upside down, but I don't know. Am I doing this right? Anyway, I feel like they're backwards. Are they backwards? Yep. Go me. Okay. Let's get these out again. I am confused. Do you all get confused? Okay. Let's see. It should go like this. Aha. I didn't finish cutting out. Aha. See? I didn't finish this part. Whoop, whoop. All right. I see where my confusion is now. It's gonna register in my brain as a wing now. All right, much better. Okay, so we want it to go this way. Is anybody relating to my... Okay. Or we switch these and flip them over. right? Or no? Yep. I knew this was going to be so complicated. Okay, what do we like? I think I'm just going to, I like the white, but I think it's too much for this background. This breaks it up. So I'm going with it. We're going to stick with it. Okay, so now, I don't know if this is going to work, but I thought I would try. I don't know if that's going to bring out some of the, let's just try it. The details of the doily, you know, the little holes and stuff. I don't know. It's actually just going to darken it down. I know, I was thinking of punching, like cutting those out, but no, I'm not going to do it. Let's do, why don't we do a little bit of watercolor? See if I have what I have over here that's close. Okay, we'll go with our Derwent. Oh, more stuff out in the trash. Rolo's on the chair behind me, you know. If you saw the video yesterday, how big he is. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat, but that is okay. Okay, paintbrush. Let's think about the color. Because it's going to be a grungy color. Let's try that. This doesn't look like russet to me. That looks like yellow, but okay. Let's get our water. Let's try it. Are you still in shot? Okay. Don't know. I don't think that's gonna really, maybe. Well, let's just keep going here. I'm gonna do the edges, I think. Give it some depth. And this is actually the first time I've painted on a tea bag. I've seen it before. Pretty neat. What do you think, Rolo? You gonna get down? I know, you're so big, there's not any room much on this stool. So I have my like bar stool, and then I have like a little round stool next to it so they can have something to put their paws on. All right, that looks pretty good. Pretty neat. Do the other side. Oh, who's up here now? Whoa, 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 wants to get back up. Well, hey, at least they're not snoring at the moment. Give you guys some peace in the video. You know, like I always say, I don't mind it. I'm so used to it. I just feel bad for you guys that may not like it. And it might turn you off on my videos, so I'm sorry. Okay. I do kind of like how that turned out. Let's just go for it. Let's just put these on, and then we'll figure out the rest later. Okay, so here is our card. Here's our lovely older lady. Probably don't want the wings to stick out too much. Let me make sure you guys are still in shot. Yep, you are. Good stuff. Okay. Right. I mean, we could just put her over here and just do one wing. I was trying to do two when I was playing around with it, but now I would have to flip it over, which is an idea. Or the other way around. And then we could do it that way. It's kind of cool. So let's think about this before we put it in. If it's gonna fit, or should we put it on this side? Probably, since there's more room for overlap on this side. Things you gotta think about, huh? So we'll flip that over, flip this over, do this. Now I get to do both, use both of them, since it was so hard to decide. Okay, so does that make sense? Like what you're seeing here? Let me just try something else here. No. Why do I feel like this doesn't match? For sure. It's okay. Maybe if I put it up more. Like that. I think I'm going, does that make sense though? Can you tell? Oh well, I like it. Okay, and then if we stick, then we don't have to worry about these ends. Okay, we're doing that. Let's see. Okay, so position her again. I'm gonna fiddle here. Okay, let's do this. Nope, nope, nope. Put this on here. There. Okay. Do you guys ever turn stuff upside down and see if it looks better? When I draw my portraits and stuff, or people, I turn stuff upside down because the perspective looks a little more accurate, or my perspective that I've drawn it in may not be correct. I don't know, it's a trick. I'm sure y'all know about it. Oh no. Well, it's stuck there, so that's where it's gonna stay. Oh, I guess I didn't have to go over that far. Sorry about that, guys. Well, darn, oh well. Okay, so there's that. Let's try it out. Neat. All right, I like that. I know when it closes that's gonna fold, but it's okay. Now I'm gonna work on some details in here and around the card a little bit. I really don't know what I have in mind. I'm trying to keep this so you guys can see that better, maybe. Right, let's put this back together. I think I'm gonna get out my colored pencils. Well, the few that I have out anyway. Let's see, what do I have? Prismacolors are my favorite. I haven't really tried anything else, honestly. Yes, I've tried the cheaper watercolors. And see, this is a quill, but all right. Let's try, I kind of want to bring out some of this, but maybe not. I think I'm going to be safe, and we'll do some dark umber. and see if we can't outline this a little bit. Maybe darken it up in this little spots here. Give it some shadows so your eye can understand what this is a little bit. I don't know, I keep saying that. I know I say that in my videos, but for me, sometimes I'll look at something and I'm like, I don't understand what I'm seeing. And other people see it right away and I'm like, I don't see it. So I think for me, when I'm creating my art, I think it's important for people not to have to struggle too much to see what I wanted to. You know what I could do is lift this up and see where, I don't know if you can tell where the doily parts are. Let me think about this. Maybe need another tea bag to see it. There we go. I don't know if you can tell that if I put the tea bag underneath it, I can color the white part and leave that part light or something, or just do the dark parts. I'm not sure. Let's try this out. I was just trying to bring out the doily pattern underneath, actually, is what I'm trying to do with the colored pencil here. We'll see if we can get it to work. Kind of like, not exactly, but like when you do a rubbing with your crayons or something. What do they call that? Frottage now? I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna just go in a little more detail, or color it better, I should say. And I know these aren't, I wish these were water soluble. I put some water on it. I don't know, I could try it. Don't think Prismacolor is. So let's try and see. Okay, what do you think? You can kind of see a little bit of the butterfly. Okay, so this is still a little too flat. I'm gonna be brave here. I'm gonna see if I just lightly go over it and bring out more of the doily. So it's not, I guess, bring down the brightness of the white. Can you see? As I'm coloring here very lightly, you can see more of the doily pattern here, which is pretty cool, the frottage or the rubbing. Okay, that's pretty neat. Discovering some new things today. Have you guys discovered anything new in your art lately? New techniques? It's always fun to discover something new on your own. I do find myself watching a lot of creators and I'm like, how do they come up with this stuff? And I say, Keturah, just stop watching and just start creating and it will happen. But to be honest, I love watching YouTube creators, so. All right, so that's kind of coming together. Let's see if we can, I may have to go with my tried and true here. I'm not going to do too much more of this because I could fiddle with it for a good long while and you guys will be either shutting the video off, fast forwarding or something. Okay, I think I'm just going to go ahead and maybe draw around here just a bit and we're going to leave it at that. Yep. feel like, though, still I need to do some highlights. I don't have a, I have white out. I have a white China marker that I haven't had much luck with doing white things with it. Let's see if it'll work. A little bit. There we go. Okay. I stand corrected. I'm having some luck with it today. Oh, sorry, guys. Did I get out of shot? Ooh. Maybe we should do this instead of the black around there. Ugh, I don't know. Might have messed that up. This is bothering me, though. Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it. We're gonna do the outside edge. Okay, there we go. Gotta do the top a little bit. Skim the top a little bit. There we go. All right. Now, I was thinking this, and then I forgot to do it, is to find kind of like a passage for kind of an ode to the elderly, to our elderly people. I might find a quote and put this on the back. So, that is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. There is my pocket. I made a pocket this time. I feel like I want to, hold on. Oh, and here's my center of my doily. Found that. Guess we didn't need it anyway. I'll go ahead and just ever so, just at the very tips. I know that's what the ink pads are for, but can't ever really get a controlled edge. So I guess I just like to do this. There you go. You can see that. And there's my pocket. Isn't she pretty? Oh, I just think she's just lovely, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow. Let's see, what is the prompts? I've been cutting them off and putting them down here. Tomorrow is Vintage Meets Modern. Oh, this is a tough one for me. We'll see what happens tomorrow with my idea. But I hope to see you back tomorrow, guys. Have a wonderful day. And I will see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.